Well, welcome to
Yes. Do you know what?
Paddy and Darragh show.
It's the summer special of this Paddy and Darragh show,
It is,
right?
yeah.
Because we're doing it outside today because
Yeah.
the sun is absolutely splitting the trees.
Beautiful.
Two boys looking for us.
Brand
We're
new.
denim up. The two boys are in
Yeah.
denim today, the
Yeah.
old denim J's. And we're feeling good. Shades on.
Cold
Fresh.
beers,
Yes,
cheers.
absolutely. Cheers, my man.
Sláinte.
Happy, and you know what as well, lads? We're kind of celebrating 3 months. So happy 3 months.
Happy 3 months.
Happy 3 months,
Yeah,
boy.
3 months, and thanks for everyone who's been listening for the past
Not
3
too
months.
many, but still, the people who have, we appreciate it.
Look, spread the word. Yeah, just I suppose a quick word before we start.
A disclaimer. Plenty of
Just a
crap
little,
coming
plenty
up.
disclaimer, plenty of crack coming up. Yeah, we've got a nice little show planned. It's just me and Paddy now this week.
nice.
We thought we'd go back to our roots, back to day one, and we just have a chat. So join us for an interesting, in-depth chat about a topic, a mystery topic. So we're going to be spinning a wheel. We'd have to spin that wheel,
Wheel again, we will.
and we're going to see what we land on, and we're just going to talk about it. We have a few little games and challenges, a few little twists and turns along the way.
We do indeed, lads. We have some brand new segments for you this evening. Never before done, never before tried. There could be hits, there could be misses, but you know what? On these ones, on the specials where it's just us, we like to kind of roll with it, not plan too much, and just let the magic happen organically.
Happen organically,
Yeah.
lads.
So,
and
yeah.
look, if you've been enjoying what you've been listening to so far, please spread the word, guys. So important. We really want to spread up the listenership, and those who've been listening every week have been so supportive, and we really appreciate all your lovely messages every week. So yeah, it's been great.
Without further ado, then we'll crack on with the show.
We'll crack on with the show.
Alright.
Roll the titles.
Roll the title sequence.
It's the Darragh and Paddy show.
Was it
Hold
not?
on. The Paddy and Darragh show.
I'm pretty sure we
the
said the
Darragh and Paddy show.
Definitely.
It's the Paddy and Darragh show.
That's the one, alright,
Well,
yeah.
we're going to start this show now with a little thing we did on our first episode, and a lot of people enjoyed it.
I don't think it's been done since, has it?
It
Am
has
I right
not
in
been
saying
done
this is
since.
episode 14, has not been done since episode 1.
Nope.
Right.
It has not.
This segment, lads, is called Memory Lane, alright? Memory Lane.
As Paddy said in the first episode.
And what we like to do is we like to go back in time with this one, boys. We like to go back in time and rehash some of our favourite early memories.
Look back at the fonder memories, back to when life was full of innocence. You know, we weren't worrying about exams,
No.
weren't worried about paying taxes,
Yeah.
just chilling out with boys, with your little Cappy son and your baby Bell maybe, and a little whatever these stringy things are called, cheesy strings.
Cheesy string.
Yeah,
I was never man for the cheesy string.
More plastic
Never
than
man.
cheese, to be fair.
Probably.
We put a vegan off cheese,
I wouldn't need.
even though they already don't eat cheese.
Vegans don't. Exactly that, right. So on this week's episode then, Memory Lane, we're going to focus on primary school. Right?
Primary school,
The early days.
the early days.
You know, again, as Darragh said before, before we two growing up, it was the journey, to where we are today.
Yeah.
So Darragh, what are your fondest memories of primary school? When you think of primary school,
What's the
what
first
jumps
thing?
in? What jumps in?
Well, I think the first thing that jumps at me straight
Yeah.
away, Alive-O.
Okay. Yeah.
Like-
Can you remember the theme tune for us?
Alive-O!
Oh!
5. Oh no, A.
Oh, yeah.
L.
I.
And then
V.
A-L-I-V-E-O. Alive-O.
It's changed
Tune.
now. It's Growing Love now.
Oh, Growing
Growing Love,
It's
yeah.
not called Alive-O.
No, it's not live anymore. New program.
So
New
Alive-O's
program.
now Deado.
Alive-O's no longer Alive-O. Yeah, it's dead and buried out.
sad.
That's the
Oh,
exactly.
no, look, Alive-O every day with the boys. Firstly, what a team tune, whoever came up with that.
Mhm.
But like, they
Belter.
were
A
just
lot of these are,
constantly
man.
just
Yeah.
going out with belters. We got a bit of, what was it called? We love to we sing this song to Bridget. Bridget brings the spring. First day of February every year. That song we blast. And I remember Mr. Marr, one
Okay.
year, he decided to play it through the intercom speakers.
Right.
The 1st of February for St. Bridget.
Mm.
And what was another great one? Connected.
I'll be
Here
honest,
we are connected. Do you not remember?
I do remember doing the tunes. I couldn't just,
Man, there
hashtag
was
them off now. Do you know what I
belters.
mean?
There was absolute tunes. Connected and St. Bridget were
Yeah.
my two bops now, and the team song, of course.
Nice one. So Alive-O is a top memory for you, obviously, do the Air Religion.
I wouldn't say it's my top memory.
No, but it jumps out to you.
definitely
Yeah,
jumps.
man, that's mad.
What about you? What's the first thing that springs for you?
I suppose for me was, when I think back to primary school, I do think of the talent shows, to
Yeah.
be fair. I feel like the talent shows in primary school was where I really got my love for the arts and being on stage. Where
Yeah.
I suppose it was the first time I really was on stage,
Yeah.
I remember the very first gig I did, the first talent show,
Yeah.
and it was when I kind of realised that I had love and passion for the old music.
The old talent shows
And
are great.
songwriting too, man. I'll tell you why now. We were in 4th class. There's myself, Sean O'Reilly, and Alex O'Shaughnessy.
No better three people now,
yeah,
yeah.
Alex, one of which has actually continued to pursue songwriting.
Yeah,
is you know
just released a single alongside
the Bring It Loose.
she
exactly.
co-wrote it, right?
She does co-write, and she's been writing for a few people now. But
We're
but
not allowed to drop names.
we're not now, very confidential. But she started before all that now. She was with myself and Sean, right? And formed a little trio, the three of us. So and we were called APS.
APS.
So Alex, Patrick, and Sean, right?
Classic.
APS, yeah, brilliant stuff. And three of us on guitar, all three on guitar. You know, of course. I think one of us, Alex might have done the little lead, not lead bits, little intros.
Yeah.
You know, and then me and Sean on the guitar, yeah, on the rhythm. We did the Black Eyed Peas. I Got a Feeling.
Tune.
Partly anthem. Still
I
is.
remember you guys.
You
doing
remember
that.
us on it?
When was that? Like
Fourth class. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You remember us rocking the house? Like?
Oh Jesus.
Oh yeah, big time.
I
Big time.
remember that. I just spelled.
That was before we even knew each other.
Yeah.
So really, that would be early impressions of me. You know.
Yeah,
So what?
yeah.
I remember thinking, Jesus, fucking talented
Oh
man.
no, I remember thinking
I
what
wrote a song with him
what
one
a
day.
toss pot. No, I joke.
Okay.
No, I do remember. I Got a Feeling. I remember APS being a thing.
Correct.
I remember you up on stage. That's gas. That's just like a new memory unlocked.
There we go.
Like,
Unlocked. You unlocked a new memory.
I
Come
didn't
on.
realise it was there. Yeah, I remember like Paddy floating around the yard. He was very much. You were in your own imaginary world. And
But do you know what it was? It was all the magic was happening, boys. I was in a world of my own, head in the
people-
clouds.
Well, not people, but you know,
Yeah,
bad guys.
yeah. It
and,
was
you
all
know,
that was. All role play, always going on.
Riding your own
yeah.
rave. Or
Right,
wave.
writing tune, riding my own way, but also there's a lot of songwriting going on here, lads. Because I remember for that one, like I did the raps, you know, before I got feeling,
course,
did a rap.
yeah.
You know, Sean and Alex on the vocals, and I think we came second. And I remember thinking, "Jeez, was I like this?"
Yeah.
And then like 2 years later in sixth class, I did with a different group of people, and we did
Michael
Don't Stop
Jackson?
Believing. No,
No.
Don't Stop Believing.
Oh,
But
oh.
I wrote a rap for that one, lads.
Yeah, I do
I
remember
wrote
that
a rap
as
for
well.
that song,
I
and
remember
I can
that.
still remember the rap. I won't do it today.
It's so funny because
remember
like
that.
we weren't friends at the time,
No.
but like I remember all of these things happening.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember you also did a tune with. Oh no, yeah, it was Don't Stop Believing.
Don't
yeah.
Stop Believing,
That
yeah.
was the one I was thinking of. Do 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 do
Yeah,
do.
all in G, all in G.
All in G.
We weren't going too far now on the fretboard. We weren't.
No, yeah, God, like, fucking primary school was the shit though. Like,
Yeah.
do you remember that feeling when you know you were just after doing a bit of tough fucking adding, subtracting? It's been a long old day, a load of bollocks, and you're like, oh, this is a load of shite. This school thing. Next thing, right? Teacher wheels in the big fuck off telly. It's
Oh,
about this big.
Yes,
There's big fat
I
arse
do,
on them.
yeah.
This wide. There was
Big
a little
bums.
trolley on them.
Yeah.
Big bums. We had all the VCR tapes.
Okay.
And we'd watch a few bits. We used to watch a live-o. Another thing we used to watch is the fella who used to teach you how to draw the letters. Do you remember that? And you'd be like, swish and flick. And around and
was it for the right on the joint right? The cursive writing was it for the right on book?
yeah. For
I've never much good at that, boys. Still, never really got the old cursive writing. To be fair, no.
Now Paddy still writes cryptically.
Cryptically, I always
I
write in
always slag
code.
Patrick. I always say, look, Leonardo da Vinci and yourself would have been good mates because I'm
Yes.
like, what the fuck is this?
What am I looking at? What am I looking at? It's just so you can't rub my ideas, man. I know it's
I
rubbing
know.
on your ideas. But I tell you now, what you just say about bringing the TV in. I remember one particular day where we weren't too fond to see the telly was when we were doing the RSC, of course. And they put the old busybody
Busybodies.
tapes. Oh, we remember busybody lads. Let me tell you now. And it was this way of kind of explain, you know, the birds and the bees. It was a little animation, boys.
Little animation. Very strange animation.
Not great animation.
And do you remember
Bit
the voices?
freaky,
Do you
like.
remember these like?
Oh yeah, it was like
Used to
this. It was like
talk
Sims
that,
almost.
It was
Yeah.
like the Sims on crack. It was the X-rated version of Sims.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They had different
busybodies.
different demonstrations of the different types of body parts around.
Yeah,
it. You know,
yeah,
we're all
yeah.
the same. Like
I remember a little scene in the shower, and
Yes.
they were trying to show
Yes.
that
we could all be different.
It all comes in different shapes and sizes,
Different shapes and sizes.
different colours, and
Yeah,
but I remember
4 different categories.
I remember the hair down below
Mm.
was the exact same hairstyle as that the person had on their
yes,
head. So if
yeah.
the person had long hair, it'd be like long hair. Yeah, it stands out. It's a memory that's
the
stuck with
busybodies
me.
that
It's
stays every year now.
Oh,
What
I
a day that
remember
was.
though, like, just how funny, like, doing RSC was. Do you know, like, it really depended on the class. I remember, like, they used to do us together. I know some schools, they split them into, like,
Right, yeah, like boys and girls, like
only.
girls will stand out for a bit and then the lads will stand out. I don't know,
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
think
for
it's
city though. It's
weird,
important to
yeah.
know what's
I
about. Do
agree.
you know what I mean?
I
Can't
think
really
it's-
segregate them.
I think it's important to have everyone together. I think it was more so a thing like, oh, if people were talking about things that, you know, they didn't feel comfortable sharing with, like, people of the other, I don't know.
And there'd always be one that just couldn't hack it. Remember there'd be one who like
Oh,
collapsed.
run, like, crying.
Gone, just
fucking
weren't ready, like
ran to the
weren't are not ready for that
bathroom,
level.
fainting, the drama.
Yeah, screaming fucking terror, like, there's always one.
There's always or a few.
No, but on that though, I think it's important that, you know, you work off to their, you know, collaborative learning, that they don't segregate the boys and the girls. I actually remember doing a little worksheet. I believe it was labeling the male body parts, and I remember I was actually put the partner me with a female.
Yeah.
I remember I was struggling now. I was like, oh, what's this they called? And she's like, oh, come on, that's just this. And she knew more than me. Like, she was flying it. Like,
that was in 6th class or 5th class maybe.
Probably 5th. Yeah, she was flying. I was like, geez.
We did mixed for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then in 6th class they segregated us into boys and girls, which I thought.
I think it depends on the teacher. I don't remember.
I was like, what's this about? Like, I just kind of, I think it created a weird vibe. I don't know.
Need to mix more of everything. Yeah, no, I do agree with you. But obviously, yeah, I mean that is a standout memory. But I think ultimately you can't talk about primary school without talking about the break. They come around once a year.
Oh, what's this? Oh, sports day.
Sports day. Yeah, I was more thinking school tours though. The school tours, like.
I lived through school tours. It was literally my favourite part of the year. Yeah. I think it's everyone's favourite part of the year.
Yeah. I mean,
but just like the bands you'd have, you know, the excitement of getting the bus, you know, the mammies would be waving at you, pulling off, unless they came with you as a helper.
Oh yeah, that was different. No, but the whole thing though, it would be the one day of the year that you wake up with a pep in your step, excited for what the day has in store.
I wouldn't sleep the night before.
You'll be getting, you know, sun creamed up to the nines, factor 50 job, head to toe. You know, your mammy will be making your lunch for you, little Capri Sun, little fruit.
I remember once a year for my lunch, I used to get this Lunchables. They were called, and it was always for the school tour. It came in a little packet. You'd peel it back. You'd have your crackers, your little slices of cheese, your little slices of like kind of a salami sausage kind of thing. Every school tour,
my mommy, salami.
Well, it was a ham, but in the shape of a circle. My mom would get this for me every school tour, and I remember I just associate it now with a school tour. If I ever see it, I'm like, school tour. And the Capri Sun, of course.
Lads, do you know what, lads? The Capri Sun still hold up, like.
They're still a shit, man.
I got a Capri Sun recently now, and it was only like 60 cents. Because, you know, I think the Capri Sun comes in 3 stages. There's the first challenge, you open up the little bit of plastic in the straw, you kind of pierce it in. There's satisfaction there, right?
Piercing it's quite difficult, though.
It can be hard. It's always the first challenge, but it's the first kind of part of it. 3-step thing. Then obviously you're drinking it, you're sucking up, you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Lovely flavours, fragrant summer vibes. But then comes the third and final steps, lads. The real reason we all get Capri Suns.
Squeeze it.
No, but so you're finished, right?
Air. Yeah.
Inflate it, and then.
Yeah.
Fucking hours of fun. Hours of fun for all ages. You know what I mean? I just fucking blown up and squeezed, and the satisfaction. I remember, especially on a hot day, if you didn't have a fan, you just get a Capri Sun and you finish drinking and just suck it up and get in the air like whatever, like a fan.
It'd be interesting to take the audio away and just play back the video of what you were just doing there.
Well, listen, we might do that like for a little outtakes or something.
A little blooper. What was Patrick talking about?
Yes, a little shout out.
Yeah.
Very good.
It'd be a challenge for the.
See how well we know our own show.
Exactly. Yeah. And a school tour that kind of stands out for me is Causey Farm. I remember going to Causey Farm, maybe was it 2nd class or something? And I remember getting the bus down. You had the little farm animals. There was the bog, the infamous bog.
I mean, the bog's the main thing, really. Oh
isn't it? Man,
it's all about the bog. Like,
I don't get people who do not like a bog. I just think what isn't good about a bog? It's literally like the one time it is absolutely acceptable to be head to toe covered in muck and shit, and everyone's just vibing with it. Like, the muckier you are, the better. Like, you're how cool you were. It was like, the muckiest bastard here. He's the fucking winner. He is.
Because I remember we went again in TY with the German exchange,
and it was equally as good.
But I could tell now you were always a man for it. Like, you got stuck into it. I was a little hesitant to begin with now as a young man. A little fearful of the bog.
I'm not surprised that you're fearful of a few things now back in the day.
No, but I was better than the second time around. But I could tell you were always a man for it now.
Yeah, and like, I used to love getting stuck and having to be pulled out and all. Because they're obviously not going to bring you to a bog that you can die in. Like, people die in bogs when they fall into a random one that's mostly marsh. But like, if they're paying admission in, like, that insurance would be too high if you could die in it.
I think Lara's one that pops out to me. I remember, was it Mr. Lawler who hopped on the big slide, didn't he? And
that's right.
So he's hanging out the bars and sitting on the little slide thing. And he kind of like like he used himself forward to like go down it.
Yeah.
But then naturally he was like, oh no, I don't want to go. So he clung onto the handlebars like a little longer, and the seat went from under him like.
Oh,
and then he kind of panicked and let go.
Oh no!
So he went down on his after the slide. Oh, it's all back like a fucking.
Oh god!
And it's probably like 60-foot slide or something. Like it's a big enough one. It's a vertical drop.
It's a sharp drop.
Oh yeah.
There,
But yeah, you had fucking firing down it, cannonballing down it. Yeah. Terrible.
I remember the lake as well in Carolina. Fucking freezing. Oh Jesus, it was so cold. But they used to have a little Tarzan swing.
Okay.
Oh, great fun. Hours of fun. Swing in and out. And they had a little raft. Do you remember everyone used to get in the raft?
Team building exercises.
Yeah.
Do you know what? That's it. Honestly, school tours, primary school memories, and of course, I think just finish up on primary school, right? Because we don't go on too long. But I think the final bit of primary school, lads, that we can all relate to is that final day of sixth class. Final day of sixth class. You all have the shirts on. You're going around signing each other's shirts. People you've never even seen in your life. Didn't even know we're in school with you.
Sign my shirt.
Sign it, right? There'll always be a situation. There'll be some lads now that would take the Mickey and they draw the Mickey. They take the Mickey and they draw the Mickey onto your shirt. I don't think I know anyone whose sixth class shirt doesn't have someone's a little fella drawn on.
I was about to say I actually don't have a Mickey.
Do you
drawn
not?
on mine.
I nearly avoided it.
I gave strict orders not to because I wanted to keep it for sentimental.
So did I, and it still is for the most part. But I remember. Naively now, I think we went to Super Value and we were like, I don't know, something with a trolley. Having a little trolley around. But we were in Super Value and a lad came up to me now. He was in his early 20s and he goes, "Oh, can I sign your shirt?" And I shouldn't have said yes.
Oh no.
Because they do say, listen, don't let strangers sign your shirt. But I said, oh no.
That is what they say.
Please don't draw any images because I won't, man. And I trust him, but I shouldn't have. And you do a big one.
Oh,
yeah.
That's your sentiment ruined. And it's so funny, like how dramatically we were all crying. Like we were literally bawling our eyes out.
I wasn't.
Oh man,
no,
I cried for like a week. Like I thought my life was over. Like I just was so heartbroken to be leaving Scalon Nafa.
Yeah.
And like I was really close with my class. And sure, fucking everyone came with me to LCC.
Do you remember we all thought the world was going to end because we had just seen the movie 2012?
And it was the
exact
date,
time and everything, yeah. We were all like taking cover under the tables.
And we all jumped. And it was actually funny because me and Patrick weren't in the same class, but coincidentally,
you're in that moment.
My teacher was out, so I was in that class and we all jumped on the floor.
But isn't that lovely that before we were best friends and obviously started the podcast, that when we thought the world was ending, that we were by each other's side, like, isn't that lovely?
And if the world does end,
I'd like it to be there.
And I'd like you to be there too.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to that, big man. Clink.
And I think that brings us swiftly along to our next part of the show. Paddy, do you want to tell us a little bit about what's up next?
I think what's up next, okay, well, Darragh Bacon, he's a man of many talents. And one of these talents that he likes to pride himself with is a talent of impressions, okay? Talent of impressions, right? He claims to be brilliant at them.
I don't claim to be brilliant at them at all.
He's brilliant at the teachers. You had every teacher in secondary school listed off. But what we're going to do is, I'm just going to throw a few celebrity impressions at Darragh Bacon and just see how many he can catch.
Off the cuff, these can be kind of bad. Oh no, celebrities. Oh god. Can we do a mixture like celebrities and just like countries?
And just countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Celebrities are very specific.
Alright. Well, are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, we'll do a little Mars. Okay, celebrities and just accents.
Okay.
So it's impressions and accents.
Okay, let's go.
3, 2, 1. Australian.
G'day, mate. Another Sheila on the Barbie. G'day.
Fantastic. Janice from Friends.
Oh my god.
Fantastic. Very good. Cork.
How are you doing, boy? All the way from Cork.
Very good.
Fucking freezing.
Dwight Schrute.
Dwight Schrute. Beat farm. I'm Dwight Question.
Okay, and this is kind of a combination of the accent and the person because I want you to demonstrate a conversation between Gordon Ramsay and Gina DeCampo.
Okay. So
yes.
We're gonna put it in the pan. Okay. What are you saying? We don't have put it in the pan, Gordon. What the fuck do you know, Gina? Okay.
Fantastic. Very good. Tommy Tiernan. Tommy T.
Oh, jeez, Tommy T.
Can you do Tommy?
Oh, well, Tommy Tiernan down the Late Show.
Very good. Just a couple left. Gollum.
My precious.
Can you do Christopher Walken?
No.
Fair enough.
Absolutely not.
What about Matthew McConaughey?
Don't know who that is. No, I do. I can't.
You can't do. Okay, we'll give you 2 more. We'll say Donald Trump.
Oh, my Donald's not great. No, it's not very good. No, it's terrible. That was terrible.
Last one. Can you do Conor McGregor first?
I am Conor McGregor. I will obliterate you.
Very
You don't
good.
know who I am, but I will fucking obliterate and kill you.
Very good. First half, excellent. Fell off the horse towards the end.
I
But overall,
did, yeah.
overall,
Now,
happy with your performance.
Matthew McConaughey and all them.
Difficult.
They're difficult.
They're a different
They're
league, a
difficult.
different league.
My accents of countries are better now, I must say. But I appreciate it.
I was happy with your performance. I think
thank
people
you.
will agree.
Thank you,
Darragh, would you like to swiftly introduce the next segment of the show?
I would indeed.
Go first.
So, this part of the show, okay? Let's break it down real simple. Me and Paddy, we love spinning wheels.
Wheels.
Every show, we try and squeeze in a wheel to spin.
We love a little wheel.
So what's going to happen is, because it's just me and Paddy, we have big opinions and about things. Well, I wouldn't say. I'd say we're very much open-minded. We like to look at both sides
Yeah.
of each coin when it comes to any sort of politics or topic.
Yes.
Or two sides of a coin. We're good with that. So what we decided to do is we have a plethora of categories on a wheel.
But he's great at getting the big words.
We're
in.
gonna spin
I'm going to
it.
look up that word after the show. Beautiful.
And we're going to see which topic it lands on. Whatever the topic is, we're going to talk about it, okay? So,
Yeah.
will we spin that wheel?
Let's do it.
Okay.
We'll do it together. Now we have to do the whole three.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
ready?
You ready? 1.
Two. I'm going to go
Alright,
down.
okay,
3, 2, 1. Spin that wheel! Oh, it's been there fast. What's it going to be? What's it going to be?
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So it's, I believe it says the legalization of marijuanas.
The old marijuana.
The old Mary Jane.
The old-
The old devil's lettuce.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Darragh, kick us off. What do you
I'm
think?
going to kick us off.
Yeah,
really.
what do you think? So what do you think? So it's legalization. So what do we think? Should it be legalized in the country of Ireland?
So, it depends, you know, like, okay. So, initially, if you asked me, like, 6 years ago, I would have been very much of the opinion that medicinal marijuana should definitely be legalized because, like, obviously there's more and more, like, research being done and evidence coming out to suggest that the CBD within cannabis, so the cannabinoids.
Of course. So obviously cannabis broken down into CBD,
And
which is the medicinal, and THC. Isn't
THC.
it? THC.
CBD is like cannabinoids. THC, don't know what the fuck it stands for.
No, but that is the
That's
what gets
that's-
it.
that's what gets
That's
you
what
high.
gets it to us. Yeah.
A lot of evidence coming out to suggest that CBD can inhibit the growth, or at least slow it down, of cancer. So a lot of people are opting to take CBD oil along with their actual cancer treatment with the hope of slowing down the cancer. And I know a lot of people personally
Yeah.
who
as
said
the
they
way.
found a difference. And there's a lot of research going into pain management as
Yeah.
well. People with
There's a lot with CBD. I looked into
Yeah.
even that CBD oil. Apparently, it's meant to be good for just like general like anxiety and
Yeah,
just kind of like
yeah.
just your general overall health and well-being.
Anxiety.
And like it's
People-
meant to just be good for like a muscle relaxing and just.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I've
And sort it out,
seen like cases where people with Parkinson's, severe Parkinson's disease, which
Yeah, there's
obviously
that
have
too,
really
yeah.
bad tremors, and the tremors just completely stop for the first time. Like no matter like the shit tons of medication that in some
Yeah.
cases they're on, and a bit of CBD oil, and their tremor stopped for an hour, and that for them is just absolutely incredible. Seizures.
Huge.
I've heard of doing good for seizures. So absolutely, it's crazy to me that cannabis isn't being used. for
That
medical
isn't.
purposes
Yeah.
properly legally. I know currently I think the way it stands in Ireland is you can apply for a circumstance to allow you to get a cannabis prescription, but a CBD oil form or something. It's kind of wishy-washy.
It's not easy to get though. Anyway, like it.
No.
But you can get CBD oil as in like a drop. I'm pretty sure. In, like
You can, yeah.
Like health food shop and things.
Yeah, there's like it's kind of a weird loophole. It has to be like, I think it has to be considered hemp rather than CBD oil, and I think hemp is like a part of the plant, which doesn't count, but actual CBD oil is
Right.
better
Yeah.
and more. It's
More
more
efficient.
potent. It's better. But to be honest, I personally think it might be a bit of a capitalist issue. The reason that it's not being
Well,
accepted
easily
in,
so.
like
Easily
there's
so.
too much money to be made on other medications, like the biopharma companies and stuff like
Yeah.
that. What about you?
It's like the more the kind of the natural kind of medicine, or what they call like the herbal medicine. Yeah. And obviously, like there's a lot of research to kind of back these entirely. So we said it could be a capitalist thing. Why these aren't so easily accessed? Like
Yeah.
it's amazing like how many things are based on that you wouldn't think.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I definitely agree with you. I mean, 100% that should be available to access. But even if we're just talking cannabis in general,
Yeah,
you know,
like recreational.
recreational
Yeah.
use, recreational. You're with the boys. Piffy poppy poo. With the boys, right? Do you know what, boys? Right? Yeah, it is the first. Well, what happens? These things come out. Personally, boys, I wouldn't be huge into the activity. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
again, I wouldn't. I absolutely have no judgment against anyone who
Yeah,
is.
yeah, exactly.
I'm well aware that an awful lot of people are, and whatever, and that's fair enough. I feel the thing about it is, boys, I don't think whether or not it's legalised will actually change how many people use it. The thing is, like, you know, it is very easily accessed. You know, people know people. You
Yeah.
know, Ireland's a very small country. We
Yeah.
all know each other. boys.
Everyone knows a
Everyone
guy.
knows someone. Everyone knows a guy who knows a guy who has a
Yeah.
who has a sister, who has
Who
a
knows a
pet.
guy.
His pet's owner is the man himself, boys. You know. So yeah, I feel like by legalising it, you're not stopping people taking it. Do you know what I mean?
No, absolutely
But what you
not.
are doing is making it like unsafer to do so, because obviously different
By
lads are like.
legalising it, you're making
No,
it safer.
by not being legalised.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's less safe
Exactly,
because
yeah.
you don't know what it's laced with, you don't know what, you know, different things are mixed and whatever.
Yeah.
So you really don't know what you're taking,
No.
different strengths and
And
things.
that would
So-
be a big thing.
Huge, of course.
Yeah.
So if it was legalised, I mean, it would be monitored and it is what it is.
Yeah.
So probably, because I've heard like loads of like side effects off it, but you know, do we know that it is the actual marijuana that's causing these side effects,
Or is it-
the different things that it's fucking laced with? You know what I
Or
mean?
like as
You don't
well,
know.
like there's so many cases where people are going to their dealer or whatever and they're getting marijuana, but in reality they're actually getting skunk because it's cheaper to grow, cheaper
There we
to
go, it's
sell.
all
You're
these
paying the
issues.
big bucks and you think you're getting the good stuff.
Oh yeah, and they're duds like.
And they're, well, it's not that
But,
it's
but
duds,
they can be duds as well. There's-
but sure, like skunk is known as the branch or the species or whatever of marijuana. It's like a crossbreed, and that's what has been linked to a lot of psychosis and anxiety.
Right,
disorder,
there we go then.
said. So it's quite possible that people are either getting a mix of skunk and we don't even know it, or just pure skunk, or herbs, mixed herbs. Like I've heard of people
Getting
buying
herbs.
weed and they thought they rolled a joint and it was just like oregano. And
There we
like,
go.
Fine. But
that wouldn't do the trick now.
another big point is by legalizing marijuana, we are taking the power away from criminal gangs. From
Right, yeah, there we go.
fueling
Sure.
the black economy. Like supposedly, one of our economics teachers, I think, gave this figure. Like the drug economy in Ireland alone, I think is worth something like 2.6 billion. So, like, an economist can correct me on this. That was the figure we got. Actually, it might have been 2.6 million. No, I'd say billion. It's like
Say
sure,
billion. In Ireland.
sure, heroin is so expensive. Not that I know.
Yeah.
But it's
How much do you pay last? Actually, you still need to ready for that. isn't it?
Oh yeah,
sorry,
no,
man. Yeah,
no,
but
no, definitely not. But so there's 2.6 billion on the black economy, and it's
Right.
disadvantaged areas. You know, places with socio-economic issues. Their young kids are being pulled into crime. I'm sure we've heard all about the awful atrocities that have happened in the past few years with kids
Yeah.
getting involved and ending up being killed over it.
Right.
And the problem is the people with the money, the rich people who are buying the weed and buying the cocaine and all these things, they don't care about that. They don't realize that they're actually
Of course.
part of that. Like they're contributing to that by consuming within this black economy driven by criminal gangs. They're contributing to people being killed, gang wars, young people
Yeah.
being blackmailed, and
yeah.
people like to forget about that. They're ignorant to, they're like, I'm just going to smoke
Yeah.
my joint, but they don't realize that joint, you know, that's been sold by someone
Interesting.
who is working for a gang, and that gang are potentially killing other people in order to
Yeah,
bring the
I actually
drugs
never even
in.
like kind of considered that side of it really. 'Cause
Yeah.
I suppose if you look at something like Amsterdam, where obviously it is legalized, it'd probably be a much higher, less level of
completely
illegal.
obsolete.
It would be
yeah.
because there's no need, there's no business in it for them, so there's no reason for them to go into it.
Well,
for
like-
people to go down the wrong path, you can just go to a cafe and order a brownie
Exactly.
and
Like
you know, find
obviously
yourself someone new.
with anything there's always going to be black market. Like we
But
can
you're
sell
not
cigarettes
you're not
in
helping the
super value.
situation by
Exactly.
making it illegal.
You can sell cigarettes in super value, but you're still going to have gangs selling them for cheaper. But like, who's going to be arsed to go and call that effort?
Yeah.
Very few people. Maybe those thing new. So
Very good.
I think overall,
Yeah.
benefit of legalizing it outweighs
Yeah.
the negatives. To
I
be honest,
mean, really, we haven't, because basically you're saying, I mean, that it has health social and economic benefits by
Yeah.
legalising it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't think that anyway more people would do it if it was legalised. I think if anything, the opposite. Because isn't there naturally in human nature there's a kind of a thing of
Rebellion.
it's like rebellious
breaking
teen
the
or whatever,
rules,
break the rules. It was just having to, like, I even felt like younger just, if you weren't let something you did, you wanted more.
Yeah.
If you can have it if you want, I'm alright.
Yeah.
But so if anything, I'd really say would be work the opposite way.
Yeah.
Are there any, just to kind of balance out, are there any negatives you can even to think about for?
Well, obviously there's negatives. Like, I know a lot of people will say that marijuana, weed, whatever you want to call it, they say, look, it's not addictive. So it's not addictive. It's true, it is not an addictive substance.
Yeah.
But this is the point I give all the time. Humans are addicted to
Feeling.
endorphin releases. We are addicted to that rush of endorphins, of adrenaline, and that is released by your body when you consume weed.
Yeah.
It is like eating chocolate. It's like having sex or anything. Do you know, like you get that rush.
You've experienced something.
Your brain
you want more
registers
of
it, and the more you do that, the more your body craves it. And like, people can be addicted to chocolate. You know, people can be addicted to anything. Like, anything can be addictive.
Yeah.
But the problem is, these substances can be more dangerous to be addicted to because there's a lot less known about their long-term effects.
Of course.
And like, you know, people argue, oh, you know, alcohol is worse than weed, and yeah, at the moment, it's like,
No,
the
there's
science
a case for it.
suggests
There's a case for
that
it.
it is, but also there's more and more doctors coming out on radio publicly and saying, like, we've never seen as many young people in rehab because they're addicted to marijuana because they need it to function mental health wise.
And you see that with a lot of things. Yeah, I mean, like, I definitely just obviously, you know, being no expert on the case whatsoever, but just from personal experience and knowing of
And
people,
I'm not an expert.
that there has been just kind of like signs of like maybe like memory loss in some cases, definitely like
fog brain.
heightened kind of anxiety, and then like that as well. Obviously, the whole thing about just, you know, being a gateway thing. You know, it kind of, if you know, we talked about not being an addicted substance itself, but being addicted to the feeling. But also, if you're addicted to the feeling, you know, and you become used to the feeling, you might want a stronger feeling. So I wouldn't say, oh, it's in every case it's a gateway drug.
Yeah.
But it absolutely can be as well.
Yeah.
So I suppose if you were to kind of give a negative to it, then for an honest rounded thing, you know, you could say that, well, obviously, you know, that feeling, getting addicted to it, you know, obviously long term isn't a very positive thing, and maybe in a way that would be more likely to happen if it was more accessible, like you just going into a cafe and you just order, you know, instead of a frappuccino with you know,
get
a maraschino,
happy
so-
brownie for the road.
So, you know, so obviously it would open that up more potentially as well. So yeah, you can definitely see both sides of the coin. But
For sure, yeah, no, absolutely. And look, like, the more we know about it, the better. Do you know what I mean? The more we can
Well,
have
that's
this
it.
conversation. And I think, to be honest, I reckon there'll be a referendum about this fairly soon.
oh, I'd say it's the next one coming
We're
up.
talking about it a lot.
I'd say it's coming up right after the break.
Right after.
Right after the break, I'd say, yeah.
I think that was an interesting little
Have enough of that.
discussion.
Well, there we go. That was Paddy and Darragh's take on the legalization
Yeah.
of the marijuanas.
If you guys have any opinions on that,
if you want to hop on the bus.
you agree or disagree or anything, you can send us voice messages on our anchor.fm account, where we actually, that's our main kind of feed.
And can we respond to them?
And we
then?
can respond to
Look
them,
at
and we
that.
can actually have them live on the show as well and respond to them too.
It'd be good to start doing that.
Yeah, it
wouldn't
would be cool.
Having
So
phone-ins and all.
please do
Yeah.
let us know, because we really want to start engaging with you guys more. So if you have an opinion, let us know. If
Perfect.
you disagree, let
Brilliant.
us know. If you agree, let us know. Paddy.
Well, I'm noticing I'm doing this a lot. First of all, just a little disclaimer. I want to let people know that there's gonna be a lot more of that.
You got a new
I got
jacket.
not only a new jacket, lads. This is my first ever denim jacket that I've ever owned.
I know.
And
I can't
I've
believe
never
that's your
fucking
first.
the power in this. Yellow double, boom, boom.
I wouldn't
fucking
mind.
brilliant. Feels
I've
great.
been telling you for years
So
you
long,
need to
man.
get one, and you've been like, no,
It's just not me.
It's not me.
Yeah.
Of course it's
Of course
you.
it's me. How is it not
It's
me?
very
Now I
you.
do feel I look a little bit like a man Danny from Greece, but you know what? I'm okay with that.
He was more the leather jacket.
He was more leather. The
And
denim
he was a
top.
cool guy. Come on,
Nothing
John
wrong with him.
Travolta was like
Yeah.
a sex symbol, do you know?
To be fair, nothing wrong with that.
Paddy
Nothing wrong
Quinn.
with that. Yes.
Sex symbol looking.
All right, lads. So let me tell you, I have mixed feelings about this one.
I have very mixed feelings.
This is a brand new segment that we like to call the
X Factor.
Now EX. Okay,
EX,
it is
yeah.
our original game. EX. Basically, have you ever wondered, lads? what you say if you're confronted with an ex of yours? Do you know, like if you passed in the street, what would you say? Would you catch up? How would you talk to them? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, myself and Darragh had this discussion and said, you know what, why not make a game of it?
Why
make
not?
a segment?
So let's tell you what's happening. So
Explain to them, please.
myself and Patrick have both organised for each other for a mystery ex to join us on the Paddy and Darragh show. So we've been in contact with them before the show. We've had a quick chat and they're going to give us a few hints as to who they are. So you're about to hear a few little sound bites of the ex. However, their voice is anonymized and distorted. So we'll see who can guess who the ex is. Now this could be someone we've either been with in a relationship or someone we've kissed in the past on a night out. So it could be anyone. I'm low-key wondering how this is going to go.
This could go either way, and this could go either way in many ways.
Right, are we
I'm
ready?
going to start, okay? So I'm going to play Darragh his soundbite of his mystery ex.
This is gas.
Here we go. Ready for it?
Hey, Mystery X1, how are you getting on?
I'm good, how are you?
Not too bad at all. You're very welcome to the Paddy and Darragh show.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel absolutely blessed. Very excited to be on the show.
Yeah.
Who the
I'd say
hell
so,
is
I'd say
this?
so. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely, yes. So I'm 19 years old. I live a good bit away from Darragh now. I've been in New City and I've known Darragh for about 3 years now.
The fuck?
But how would you describe your relationship?
I would say my relationship with Darragh would be friendly, abusive, banter.
Oh, friendly.
Abusive banter?
I really enjoy how you on one of Darragh's exes per se, and the first word had friend in it. I really appreciate that. Very good. Friendly, abusive. And excellent. So that's obviously your relationship with him now, but how was it back in the time
What
of
the hell?
romance?
It was definitely a bit of an adventure of a relationship.
adventure.
It was a short romance, but he's a very persistent boy, so it was very funny.
A very what?
Persistent.
Sort of thing.
How would you describe Darragh? 3 words.
Persistent.
I describe Darragh as persistent, absolutely. Definitely empathetic as well. He's a very
Oh.
empathetic person.
That's nice.
Determined as well, which is pretty much
Which?
Determined.
Oh,
Very good. Yeah, excellent.
determined.
Well, Mystery X, thank you very much for chatting with me this evening.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So, you've listened to the soundbite, okay? We have, she described it as being persistent,
Yeah.
empathetic, and determined, okay? She said she knows you for about 3 years.
Yeah.
She's 19, she's in UCD.
Yeah.
And she would describe your relationship as being friendly, abusive banter.
Abusive sounds
Friendly,
terrible.
abusive.
Jesus Christ.
But it's safe
Abusive
with
banter.
Abusive
Don't
banter,
put
yeah.
a full stop
No,
after abusive.
friendly.
Jesus.
Exactly.
Gonna
So
get
just
cancelled.
talk through your thought process.
Okay,
of any
so
inclination.
initially I had no fucking clue who it
Okay.
was. Absolutely didn't have a
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby. When 3 years ago, 19 goes to UCD, I was like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Abusive banter. I was like, who the hell is this, right?
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah.
when the word persistent was used,
Okay.
and there was a talk of back and forth,
Uh-huh.
complicated but short
All right.
relationship,
Yes.
I came to the conclusion
Okay. He thinks he knows it.
that this
If
is...
this is wrong, it's be very
I've come to
embarrassing,
the
by way,
conclusion
yeah.
that this is Brie Morris.
You think it's Brie Morris?
I think it's Brie Morris from the
Okay.
Gael Talk.
Well, will we invite whoever she is into the chat?
We will
We are
indeed.
ready?
Okay.
come on. No, let's not invite them all in.
No,
so
it's
this is
mystery down that one.
that
Yeah,
one, isn't
yeah.
it? Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Paddy and Darragh show the fantastic Miss,
Who's it gonna be?
the brilliant
Is
Miss.
it Brie? We can't tell. Her face isn't on. They spelled mystery wrong.
I don't know who can misspell mystery, but it can only be the one and only.
Ah! I
You're
got
very
it
welcome to
correct.
the show.
Is
And
your
the
audio
sound
on?
Hello.
There you
Oh,
go.
fuck's
Where
sake.
are we?
I knew it was you. Do you know, at the start, I didn't have a clue who it was, right? But when the word persistent was used, which, you know, I have problems. Am I joking?
only be one
Abusive relationship, which sounds terrible. Abusive banter, sorry, was the word used. Abusive banter, persistence, and short-lived. Then I knew it was Brie. I knew it
I
was
got it
Brie.
in the end. Brie, how are we getting on? Thanks for agreeing to come on. We really appreciate it.
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. I feel honoured, even
Yeah.
in the circumstances. It's it's gone.
exactly. And how long would it have been, Brie, since yourself and Darragh sat down and had a heart-to-heart conversation?
We'll never know.
We'll never know. We'll never know. Here we go.
Heart-to-heart conversation. Jesus, Darragh, it's been a good while now.
It's been a while.
It's been a fair while. To be fairly honest, I don't think Darragh and I have had a heart-to-heart conversation since Lurgan.
Yeah,
So
to be fair, like we've had the odd exchange in Snapchat.
definitely been a good while.
Yeah.
And Bree, is there anything you'd like to say to Darragh now that he's here?
Yeah,
right before your eyes?
absolutely. Just that I hope you're doing well, Darragh. I know you are. Like we still keep in touch on social media.
Thank you, Bree. I hope you're doing good too.
Yeah, it's just thanks.
You're very
All
welcome.
good.
Look,
All is good.
Bree, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it.
No, of course. Thank you so much for having me.
No bother.
Brilliant. Okay.
See you now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the brilliant Bree Maris. Thanks so much, Bree. We'll see you soon. Good luck.
Bye.
Darragh and Paddy show.
Definitely
It's the Paddy and Darragh show.
Well, look, that was gas now having Bree on. But Paddy, are you ready to meet your mystery guest?
Oh, well, I really don't know if I am. I've been thinking about this all day. I genuinely, lads, I have no clue who it's going to be. I really
Right,
don't.
let's have a little
you get
listen.
that clip
Let's have a
there
little
now.
listen.
And we'll listen to the file.
Well, Patrick's Mystery X, welcome to the Paddy and Darragh show.
Thank you for having me.
No bother at all. So this is very, very exciting. We have Patrick's Mystery X on here, and she's going to tell us a few little things now that might hint as to who she is. So, Mystery X, can you reveal hint number 1?
Okay, so in the morning, I tend to enjoy having a bowl of Cheerios.
In the morning, you enjoy Cheerios. Now, that's an interesting one. Okay. Any thoughts on that one?
Obviously not, like.
I'd say have like think, right? Think, just think.
What do you mean think?
All right, you ready for hint number 2?
What is
See what
huge?
Patrick thinks about that one. And Mystery X, can you reveal hint number 2?
Okay, so some might say that Ed Sheeran had a part to play.
Ed, good old Ed, he always has a part to play. Any idea so far?
Ed Sheeran had a part to play in the relationship itself.
Well, I feel like Ed could play a part in any one of your
Ed plays a big
relationships.
part of my life, to be honest. So I have a small inkling.
Okay.
A little inkling.
Okay.
I think there's a reference there that that is coming to mind.
Okay.
I'll keep to myself and we'll see.
I feel like we could have narrowed it down to 4 maybe.
Yeah, possibly. I've a little idea. I'm not entirely sure.
You ready for your final hint?
Of course. Final hint.
Good man, Ed. Okay, very good. And
Fuck, I've been vague, like.
Mystery X, can you reveal hint number 3?
So nervous.
Okay, and the third one is just the word trains.
Trains, choo-choo all the way.
The trains.
So
You
I
reckon?
think we'll let Patrick have a little think before I ask 1 or 2
Trains.
more questions just to solidify the answer. Any idea,
Fucking
Anna?
hell,
Is
man.
that throwing you off?
Well, trains, like. I mean, it's like they're generic enough, you know. They're not overly specific.
No,
anyway.
for sure.
The word trains. Okay, so I'm thinking about like, is there anyone?
Do you want to hear another question to give you a hand?
Do you know what? No, I think now here in train, I'm thinking back to
A
a
certain...
certain day
Okay.
in which a train was the mode of transport to get there,
Okay,
and
okay.
it's linked to the out train. So I do
Okay,
think I know.
okay.
It. But if there's a third guess, we'll go
Okay.
for it, just in case.
My question for you is whether you kissed 1 time or many times, what is something that stands out from your first kiss or the only time you kissed?
Okay, so there was definitely more than one kiss, and the first kiss, all I can say was it was a little bit awkward, but it was made up for it.
Okay,
Made up for
okay,
it.
very good. And my last question is funniest moment.
It's a nice one.
Okay, it would have to be probably getting in trouble by his mom.
We won't
It was
ask
funny.
any
Oh,
more
yeah.
questions.
I have it now. Yeah, I have it now.
Leave that up to people's imagination.
No, it
look,
wasn't.
Thanks
No,
so much
okay.
for coming on. And let's see, will
Yeah.
Patrick guess correctly who the
Okay.
mystery guest is?
I have it now.
Well-
I have it now. Right. Can I just clarify as well? That was nothing overly advanced or X-rated.
Sure,
The get in
sure.
trouble thing was literally.
Yeah.
We were walking home from the tree. No, listen
We
now.
believe you, Paddy.
Walking home from the tree arena, right? and we didn't get into Lewis because we walked down the kind of sketchy laneways. Trains, yeah.
That's if you're correct.
First guess. Oh, well, I'm linking it up.
Okay, are you ready?
Well, yeah, I'm thinking
ready?
Ed Sheeran. I'm thinking trains. I'm thinking.
Who is it?
I think it has to be the lovely Kelly Stapleton. But yeah,
Was it Kelly
pretty
Stapleton?
sure.
Let's find out after the break.
We'll find out after the break. Let's hope we've no trouble with internet this time.
Mystery guest. Hey!
How are you?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Hi.
Hello. How are you getting on?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm not gonna lie now. Trains was very vague.
Cheerios,
And
he
you-
was so
come on,
confused
Cheerio,
by.
that was a laugh, surely.
Really?
What does Cheerios represent? Is that an
The
actual?
Cheerio
was that legit?
Childline concert.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I
Yeah.
did not get that at all. That's
Even
clever.
I got that.
That was clever. Cheerios for breakfast. No,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Scooby there. Trains even took me a second now, not gonna lie. But the Ed Sheeran one, I had it with Ed, of course. Good old lad.
You guessed correctly, Kelly.
Yeah, I did guess correctly. It'd be pretty embarrassing if I didn't, to be fair.
How are you keeping, Kelly? Thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no bother at all. I'm all good. How are you?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
too
we're
bad.
good. We're just chilling
We're
out.
getting by. We're finding ways to amuse ourselves anyway.
I
for
just
sure.
had a face-to-face encounter with a past thing I had with a girl.
Yeah.
So it was
How was it? You
Yeah,
enjoyed
yeah,
it?
it was grand. Hadn't seen her in 3 years now. You know yourself. Look, Kelly,
How's
thanks
it
so
going?
much
We
for
really-
coming on.
honestly, yeah.
We really appreciate it. Much love
Fantastic.
from
No
Paddy and
bother at
Darragh.
all.
Love
Thank
seeing you
you.
again. Thanks a lot.
See you soon.
Chat
You
to
too.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Darragh and Paddy show.
Definitely
It's
the
the Paddy and Darragh
That's the
show.
one, alright, yeah.
Well, I think that brings us on to our last segment of our summer special of the Paddy and Darragh
The summer
show.
special.
Summer special.
I love that, yeah.
Yeah, summer special.
Summer special.
I love it.
Yeah. This is one we do every week.
Without fail.
Everyone always loves the little intro.
But we've never done it outside.
No, so there's the
First
little birdies
time,
whistling
yes.
and chirping. You ready?
Hang on.
Inhale.
Yes. Lads, it's time for the slate.
It's the
weekly
weekly
review. Oh, it is that time again
It is
where
indeed.
we get off everything off our chests that fucking needs to be released from our
Breathe it
system and out into the solar system.
Breathe it out.
Okay, we put
Yeah.
shit on the slate
Up
that we
there.
need to fucking get rid
Fly
of.
away.
Then what do we do? What's the good
Then
thing?
we get the good vibrations. We radiate the good vibes from the sun. We
The
inhale
gods.
it, and we push it on to our listeners and viewers.
I like that little
we
move.
yeah.
Yeah, felt good.
Yeah, we talk about the things that's looking optimistic for the future,
What we're vibing with.
and then we go to the weekly whimsy.
Which is something funny or humorous that you've seen or experienced in the last week.
Hello, Mr.
Big
Crow.
man's getting involved there. Yeah, new guest on the show.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
lovely.
Patrick,
Yes.
let's start with the slate.
Oh, sure, I'll-
What is going on the slate?
So lads, I'm going to tell you what's going on in the slate this week, right?
Alright.
I was in a friend's back garden recently,
Lovely.
and there were a couple of gents there, right?
There were.
And
I was one of those gents.
one of the boys whipped out a certain drink.
Oh.
This drink is absolutely,
Oh,
without question,
Jesus,
going
I know what you're
fucking
gonna say.
straight onto the slate. It is quite simply the worst thing I've ever tasted, lads. Let me tell you.
Oh my god.
The drink in question,
Four
you may have
Loko
heard of
or
it.
something.
It's called Four Loco. Okay, 8.5% alcohol
Very
content.
high percent.
Now I had 3 different flavors of it, a little taste of 3 different flavors, and I think it's safe to say each one for me got worse than the previous one. I
Yeah,
think.
facts.
Lad, I would say it's citrusy. No, not citrus. Like syrupy, fucking
Lollipop-y.
lollipop, fizzy,
Juicy
sweets.
drop pop.
Just artificial.
Brain liquor.
I don't even know. Like
disgusting.
those hard candies, but a lot worse.
Oh, it's just
so,
awful.
jawbreakers,
Yeah,
whatever.
no,
just
bad.
everything
bad,
that's
bad.
wrong with it. You know, if you think of a pint of Guinness, or as we say, Kilkenny Creamers,
Yeah.
I would say it's the exact opposite of what those
Completely.
drinks are. You know what
Completely.
those beverages are.
Oh,
you know,
God.
instead of a good fucking pint that tasted great. This, you drink it and think, "Ugh," like, I think my actual reaction, it was kind of like, the tongue
Yeah.
was trying to fucking escape.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it
yeah.
was just
Not a
terrible,
fan.
like.
I think I'd get sick if I had more than
There was an
one.
apple flavour, and I thought I might like this because
Yeah, I
listen. I'm
thought
not
the same.
against. I like apple flavoured things, apple tart, even orchard teas. I do enjoy cider, right? But yeah, it's
No,
fucking.
not
Your
for
whole
me.
body just goes into fucking spasm and
Not for
ceases
me,
up.
not for
Face
me.
tightens.
Blech.
And some of the boys going through like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, I don't know how they walked home. Say they were
Oh
crawling
my
home.
god.
For me, the slate
Yeah.
this
talk to
week
us.
will be how fucking cold the Irish Sea is.
Okay.
What the hell?
Do elaborate. Your
I will
experience,
elaborate.
yeah.
So I went to Killiney Beach
Lovely
with
spot.
my girlfriend and her friends. We had a fucking
Yeah.
great day in
Mhm.
Bethlehem. It was,
Incredible that you picked that day and managed to find something negative from it.
I know.
That looks
yeah,
fantastic.
no, it was actually it was the best day of the summer so far, and probably will remain that for a while. But no, it was just great vibes. We had a barbecue. We got little barbecue trays, few meats, various meats, threw them on. Went for a swim in the sea, and then we lit a little campfire. And we sang a few campfire songs. No, we didn't actually. See, be a fire. No, we had played a few tunes, and it was just great vibes. But fuck me, the sea was absolutely freezing.
It does be.
Now,
It does be.
I'm a man who loves going for a swim, a little dip in the sea. Well, especially when it's a hot day. I dragged you and Reen very hungover into the
you know what though?
Connemara
Something about
Ocean
being
instead of-
hungover, it hits different.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
I'm a firm believer in run in, dive, head first, bam, you settle in, right?
Don't
But
torture
this
yourself.
time,
Oh, you tortured yourself.
I didn't.
Okay.
I ran and I jumped in,
Didn't.
but I've never experienced the cold sensation
Really?
that I actually felt in that sea that day. I was so cold,
Yeah.
and this I know I like to exaggerate.
No. Just,
I was so
just say it.
cold
Yeah.
that after a minute or two,
Uh-huh.
I actually started to get a burning sensation
Burning.
through my body. Like
Wow.
it felt like I was in boiling water
Okay.
and I was being burnt. And I was like, this is kind of concerning. Apparently, that it was like this is like a little
Like shock or
onset
something,
of
is it?
hypothermia.
Wow, very
And I
good.
was like, I think I'm gonna get out because it actually hurt. Like
Yeah.
it was burning. It was like
I've never heard of that now.
it was like I was sunburning or something. I was really sore, and I was like, I need to get out. And my feet were cramping up, from the shock because I jumped straight in. So I went
Yeah.
from hot, really hot, to freezing, and my
Yeah.
muscles like all cramped up. And I was like, no.
It's funny. I was only thinking about
Need
going
to
for a
get
swim in the
out.
sea now, sorry, but you're really not selling it now.
Look,
Maybe I might wait a week or two.
Do you know what? We only had a few days of sun. The sun will have
Yeah.
warmed up the sea a little bit by now, and also as the months go on, we get a bit of warm currents in from the Gulf Stream.
Lads, don't let it put you
So,
off. Go for a swim in the sea.
No, go
Enjoy
for a swim in
yourself.
the sea. But
Lovely.
you know what? I still enjoyed it.
Well, that's great. It really didn't sound like it, but I'm glad it did. Lads, good vibrations. I'm going to put a place to show me good vibrations this week. It is the Brains, Kildare Village.
Lovely.
Kildare Village, the outlets, lads.
Yeah.
I went there the other day. I spent a good, I'd say, 7 hours there.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful spot, boys. It was a lovely sunny day. You
Beautiful.
can really, it's a day out, lads. It's
Oh,
a day
nice
worth
jacket.
doing. Yeah, I got this little fella here, my very first denim jacket, as we said earlier on. Got a
Lovely.
lovely jumper as well, 2 jumpers, pair of shades. Actually, I think 50% of what I'm wearing here today was from that little trip.
Right.
But it's just there's a whole day in it, isn't there?
Ah,
Walk around, get an ice cream. Mad flavours of the ice cream. One I've never seen before. Brown bread.
I've had brown bread.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Weirdly nice.
Did you not have it in
Don't think so.
Murphy's in Dingle?
No, definitely not.
And in Connemara?
No, definitely
Oh,
not. Brown bread. Brown bread.
delicious
You wouldn't
ice
think
cream.
it. It's kind of vanilla, but it's like crummy.
And they literally have pieces of brown bread in it. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
So
There's also
good.
like a gin flavour, so I had a few
Ah,
tastes.
you were in Murphy's.
It was Murphy's,
Murphy's, yeah.
but I don't think I'd had it before. Like
No, Dingle gin ice cream.
Dingle gin,
delicious.
like sea salt, mad
Sea
flavour.
salt. Oh,
Anyway.
best ice cream ever.
Well, that's me for good vibrations, lads. Just Kildare Village. You know, if you're around, pop down, enjoy yourself. There's a few little cheeky deals on, and yeah, make a day of it. Make a day of it. That's me. Good
Yeah,
views.
my good vibrations
Yeah.
is just radiography. I'm really
Oh,
enjoying it.
that's good,
I'm on
man.
placement at the moment. I'm in St. James's Hospital. It's a great hospital, fucking great staff, literally the best people to work with. And I'm on week 2, going into week 3. And yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. Like, I know I was kind of dreading going in, and it was more so just I wanted a bit of summertime, but once you're in there, bam, straight in,
Yeah.
and it's just great. It's a great working vibe. I'm really enjoying the work and seeing all the patients, and it sounds counterintuitive, but it's nearly, I kind of forget that COVID's a thing because I'm seeing so many people, and I'm interacting with people from work, and yeah, it's just been a great vibe. So
It's good, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
career in radiography.
I'm glad you're enjoying your career and I'm second guessing yourself.
Very good.
Lovely
So,
stuff, man.
Weekly whimsy.
Yeah, the weekly whimsy, the woo! For me, lads, this week, I just saw something yesterday and it was just the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Sometimes, just to amuse myself, I go onto YouTube and I look up, have you ever seen the show Tattoo Fixers?
I have not.
Right, well, basically, it's these boys going into fucking tattoo shops, right? With just disgraceful ink, lads. Like, disgraceful job done on them. And there's 3 kind of tattoo artists. And eventually just kind of do like a,
Yeah.
what's it called?
Oh,
like
it's
a-
on the telly.
Yeah, it's on TV.
Oh,
it's
no,
on
I
the
have
Channel
seen
4
it.
thing.
Yeah.
What did they do what's it called when you redo someone's or do it over?
Redo tattoos.
No, I know, they not replaced them.
It doesn't matter. Just
Fucking, they give them a new
Yeah,
tattoo.
yeah, yeah.
They give them a new tattoo. That's not really anyway. So it's just one particular one that I saw. Like he walked in. Like I've seen some from the past, and like I think one was a fella came in, right, and he always loved the gingerbread man, and he had like the 3 buttons like tattooed on him, right, and they obviously the tattoo artist thought, okay, so you want them gone? He's like, no, I just want to go further with it. And you got like fucking the factory and that was weird stuff. But no, the one I saw yesterday was a fella came in, right? He had a tattoo on his neck, and it was just like dots.
All right.
So they're like fucking like what, some kind of code. Like what did the dots represent?
Yeah.
He goes, it's actually a message in Braille.
All right.
Right now, so those of you who know what Braille is, it's I suppose it's a way of literature of reading stuff for blind people. So really, you trace your fingers along the Braille, and it's like it's a sensual thing, by touch. It's a tactile thing.
Yeah.
So you read Braille by feeling. So this was Braille, but it's just a tattoo, so you couldn't feel it, obviously. So it didn't actually mean anything.
That's so silly.
It didn't mean anything, and he didn't even know what it meant. I think he saw it like a Rihanna album cover or something. So it literally just dots. But people who don't read Braille obviously don't know what it means. People who do read Braille, well, they're likely to be blind and won't be able to feel the message because it's just a tattoo. So I don't know, he got like a rose or something, something basic. But I just thought that's a bit just stupid, like.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's bad form, like whatever. That's just very silly. Anyway, what's your weekly whimsy?
So my weekly whimsy is, right, I downloaded an app, I'm not going to name it, but it was like, basically, you're going to get like a free, do you know what? It was like, if you can put all your photos in, you get like a free photo album, and you only have to pay €10 or €15 for a bigger one for delivery. I was like, great idea.
Yeah.
So I spent hours going through photos, picking perfect photos, stuck them all in this beautiful photo album, designed it, customized it, captioned every single photo, went to the checkout, and it said, that's grand, Darragh Bacon, €72.
Oh, nice and pricey. And what was the price you intended for it to be?
Exactly. What the fuck? I was told I was getting a free book, and I just had to pay for delivery. So apparently, the deal was you'd get the first like 3 pages for free, and then you had to pay like €5 for every page thereafter.
Right.
So
you went hell for leather with it, like.
So I was stoned. Yeah. So
But did you go back on, or did you just?
Oh, I fucking did go back. I wasn't paying €76 for a photo album.
Pics.
Like Jesus. So I'm putting. Wait, that was the slate.
Weekly whimsy.
Oh, weekly whimsy. Yeah, I was very confused there. So that's my weekly whimsy. I got fooled by capitalism.
Back to capitalism, lads. Brilliant. Well, that just about concludes this week's episode of the Paddy and Darragh Show. We hope you enjoyed our summer special.
I actually really enjoyed it.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that here again, but then this one wouldn't be special, and we couldn't make it special.
If the sun is shining,
who knows what will happen, lads. Lads, again, if you like the show, share it around, give us 5 stars on Apple Podcast, give us a thumbs up with your friends, and just fucking spread the word, lads. There's no marketing like word of mouth. So listen, lads, if you're enjoying yourself, let people know. It's not a secret, lads.
No.
We don't want to keep this a secret.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, we don't want it to be secret.
Yeah, I don't like secrets anyway.
No.
So,
we like to share. Me and Paddy tell you all. So tell your friends.
Brilliant.
Let's get more views.
So we'll end it there, lads. Listen,
Look,
it was.
Always a pleasure.
And it's always a treat, right?
Good night.
We'll see you next week. It's the Paddy and Darragh Show.
What's
It's not the Paddy and Darragh. Okay, good.
What should be there that we didn't record?
Stop. You messing?
No.
It's the Darragh and Paddy Show.
Was it not?
The Paddy and Darragh Show.
Pretty sure we said
the Darragh and Paddy Show.
Definitely
The Paddy and Darragh Show.
That's the one, alright, yeah.